Noob, he just lost out on a lot of income, and Edward is sitting pretty at 1,000 income at the moment. He's got that expansion up and running. He's busy populating that fully. Wow, so that was a bit of a blunder for McNoob. He's going to have to pull something incredibly sick out of the hat right now to win this one. So the money, I think the clever money is on Edward right now for the win. Twilight fans, this one's for you. Siege mode up for those tanks. There's that observer out, but there is a Raven coming out in just a couple of seconds. 20 seconds, 10 seconds left now, and then that observer will go down. Edward has no clue that that's happening. He does see McNoob, I think, critically putting down that command center, so that actually means Edward needs to push right now. He has recovered from the little cash that he spent on getting that Nexus of his down. That's over the hill for him now. It's not a problem anymore. He needs to get his army moving across the map towards McNoob's base. McNoob may well be nicely entrenched here, but Edward needs to be aggressive right now. Maybe he's just waiting for that expansion to go up, that he can just start harassing that and maybe slowly taking McNoob down from there. But Edward needs to start thinking slightly more aggressive at the moment. He has got that Twilight Council and Robotics Bay going down, which means we could really see some blink and I guess some charge on those Stalkers and Zealots. But I think more importantly for McNoob, for Edward, he's gonna try get those Colossi out soon. You know, obviously the Colossi can walk up these ramps, and with their increased range, they can probably do some nice damage to those tanks before they get any pot shots off. So Edward, you know, he's just he's taking this incredibly slowly. Not really what I want to see. I'm not really a big fan of these incredibly long games, but he's throwing down that Nexus now, and another Nexus, sorry, at the gold minerals in the middle of the map. But he is protecting that. He's standing there. He's ready to defend if McNoob decides to push. But I gotta say, he's making a mistake. He needs to start being a little bit more aggressive. He's got that observer there now, which is good. You can see that command center flying over, and he moves immediately. That is a clever move by Edward, and I'm happy for all our sakes that he's doing that, so we can see a bit of a brawl before this game gets too boring. And here goes Edward, making his move. He's got his proxy pylon up right outside that expansion, and he's going to take it down unless McNoob moves right now. Now, that command center is probably going to go down in just a couple of seconds, because that is a lot of Stalkers. And it does go down. Okay, so incredibly clever play there by Edward. He bided his time. He just waited for it. He wasn't too impatient, and it paid off. He got that expansion. He took down that command center while at the same time getting up his own Nexus. So once again, we switch into McNoob's view here. Look at that. All McNoob can see is this little area around his base. Not optimal for him. Switching back to Edward, you can see he's got nice sight all over the map. He's constantly checking everywhere. He's got two observers just cycling through all these expansion nodes here. Yeah, that's what you want to be doing. Always scout your opponent. So if we look back at Edward's base, Thermal Lance come in as expected, and Charge come in also pretty much expected. So with this one Colossus in his force here, it looks like Edward's feeling slightly more confident, and he's going to make a move now. Ooh, it will be really good for him if he can catch McNoob while he's out of his base, and it looks like he will. Oh my goodness, not good for McNoob, but McNoob knows that Edward knows. So McNoob, if he was really, you know, thinking this out, he'd be moving back into his base right now. But it seems like he's really adamant at getting that expansion up. He does need it soon. His minerals at his main are not looking good. He's completely oversaturated his mineral line. There's way too many SCVs there. He needs to expand soon if he wants to take this. And Edward, at the same time, he needs to start massing those units because he's sitting on 2k minerals right now. 2,000 minerals, 1,000 gas. Edward, what are you waiting for? Oh, okay, he's waiting because he's supply capped. So he's thrown down 5 pylons to make up for that. And a Templar archive, so he's going to get that storm out pretty soon. He doesn't really need it. I think he can just mass pretty much anything, get a 200 army, and just walk all over McNoob. But nonetheless, he's been slightly careful here. He doesn't just want to run in there. Sadly for us, he doesn't want to run in there because we'd like to see a fight right now. But here we go. Edward is on the move. Blink would really have helped him right now, but he goes in there. Those tanks doing some really nice damage. Most of the Zealots are dead or stuck behind that line of Stalkers. Some terrible moves here by Edward. Really bad positioning for him. McNoob doing some incredibly nice damage to those tanks, but not going to be enough. There's still a lot of Stalkers left here. We see, look at that, 16 Stalkers left, but no, McNoob does take them out. Good play by McNoob. He's still sitting on 61 population. Edward sitting on 74 at the moment. His army's been whittled down. McNoob managed to take it all down. Look at that. Those couple of Marauders and those Vikings sorting out all these Stalkers. So that was, I gotta say, some bad play by Edward. He didn't move his army right. His positioning was terrible. I gotta also say, blink on those Stalkers would have solved every single problem that he had there. If he could just blink those Stalkers right on top of those siege tanks, he would have not been in nearly as much pain there. So Edward is going to bounce back from this incredibly quickly, as he does have 3,500 minerals saved up. So not going to be a problem for him. McNoob, on the other hand, the losses that he sustained there, they're slightly more permanent. Interesting stuff. So Edward mixing things up here as well. We've got 2 Archons in play at the moment. A little bit silly, while he might wanted to maybe spend the energy that they had before turning them into Archons, but I guess he's just he doesn't really care about that. So we see another, what is this, 5 gateways going down for Eddie. Nice. Okay, so he needs to get a lot more units out at the moment. He's got a tiny little force here. He'll probably just get... No, actually he won't. I take that back. McNoob has nothing worth talking about there. And I think Edward knows that. So Edward's going to be moving in right now. Those 2 Archons are going to be... They're pretty staunch. They're going to be over enough to take out these units here. McNoob being clever here, and oh, there's the GG. He was going to bring those SCVs out to help in the fight, but not going to help him enough. So we see this best of 3 in Polar Fluke Heaven's Devils, the first round of the brackets, going to Edward Cullen. Z-Drag. Okay, so well played to both those players. Very interesting games, but sadly, McNoob, one of the fan favorites, is out. So let's see if we can find another interesting game to watch.